Welcome to Thumper Fab. Today we're installing the Winch Ready rear bumper for the Polaris General. This bumper is designed for 2016 and newer models, is light package ready, and comes with customizable light grills. Let's get started. Here's what's in the box and what you'll need for the install. Your bumper and light kit come with the following: the Thumper Bumper, 2 mounting brackets, 2 light grills, a pair of lights, a wiring harness, a bed limiter cable, a Thumper Fab light switch, and a hardware package. Tools you're going to need: a 1/2 inch combination wrench, 3 sockets, 1/2 inch, 9/16 and 13 millimeter, a 9/64 Allen wrench, a Phillips head screwdriver, a utility knife, and a voltmeter. These instructions include wiring your lights as automatic backup lights. Let's get started by installing the bed limiter cable. In most cases, you'll need this to prevent the new bumper from interfering with the exhaust when you're lifting the bed. Install the cable by removing the pins on the lift cylinder, adding the cable on the inside of the cylinder brackets, and replacing the pins. Prep the bumper by installing the light grills with the 1/2 inch socket cap screws and nuts. Now install the lights. Remove the tailgate and remove the 4 stock bolts on the back of the bed. Keep for the install. Using the 3/8 by 1 and 1/8 hex cap bolts, washers, and nuts, install the bumper, loosely mounting it to the holes in the frame under the bed. Now, using the 5/16 by 3/4 inch hex cap bolts, install the left and right brackets onto the bumper, and then use the stock bolts through the brackets to finish mounting the bumper to the vehicle. Make sure things are aligned and tighten everything up. Now on to the wiring harness. Let's start in the front dash by installing the new switch. With the front dash in place, carefully cut out one of the switch blanks along the indentations with a utility knife. Remove the blank and install the Thumper Fab switch. Let's go ahead and gain access for the install by removing all the necessary panels to run the wiring harness down the vehicle. From inside the cab, go ahead and remove the driver's seat and remove the tray covering the battery compartment. Remove the center column floor covering by removing the 2 push pins on the floor on each side and the 1 forward and center. Pull the panel up and out. Your wiring harness includes the following: a relay, a 4-wire switch connector, a power source connector, male quick connects for the lights, and a single wire connector to tie into the backup light feature. Let's start with the wiring harness under the hood. Use the self-tapping screws to mount the relay to the underhood liner, rear of the power bar. Plug the power connector into one of the available auxiliary outlets on the Polaris Pulse Bar. Feed only the switch connector branch through the rubber grommets on the firewall, pushing it through as much as possible. From in the cab, remove the center dash switch panel by pulling down gently to release the clips holding the panel in, and then up and out so we can gain access to connect the switch. From under the dash, find the connectors that were pushed through the grommet and feed them through to connect the switch. Connect to the new switch. From bottom to top, blue, white, red, and black on the right side. Replace the panel. Now you'll feed your branches for the 2 light connectors and the rear backup connector down through the rubber grommet forward of the air intake, following the main stock wiring harness. From under the wheel well, pull your slack through and continue to follow the air intake into the cab center column compartment, and then passing it through into the battery compartment. Before moving on from here, make sure the bed is raised and then pass the wires through out of the battery compartment to the underbed area. Now you need to find and identify the connection for the reverse lights. In the center, towards the back of the bed and directly on top of the motor, you are looking for 2 black connectors. They are typically taped to a branch of the stock wiring harness. You'll need to identify which one does not have power to it when the vehicle is in reverse. To test this, turn on only the ignition, do not start the motor, and put the vehicle in reverse. Use the voltmeter to test the connectors for positive and negative. If you plug the black and red prongs, one into each of the 2 connectors, your voltmeter will read 12 volts. Now, you're going to unplug your black prong, leaving the red plugged into one of the connectors. Test by touching the black prong to the ground point on the frame. If you get a 12 volt reading here, your red is plugged into the positive connector. Switch the red prong to the alternate connector and test that. You're looking for 0 or close to it. When you've identified the connector that does not have power, plug your backup light connector into that one. Turn your ignition off. Continue running the light quick connector branch down through the center frame and above the heat shield above the exhaust to the rear bumper. Connect your left and right lights to the connectors. Use zip ties to tie your wires against the bumper and up and out of the way, working your way from back to the front, managing your wires and ensuring nothing will get pinched or be directly against the heat source. Spool and stow any excess wiring harness length in the center column compartment. Replace the column cover and push pins. Now test out your lights. You're good to go.